Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and after years in the making, we're finally going to get our eyeballs on Zack Snyder's Justice League. Not Joss Whedon or Warner Brothers Justice League. No, the Snyder Cut is finally coming. And I mean, there are so many of you out there. I was at one point doubtful it was ever going to happen. Warner Brothers told me it was never going to happen. But everyone was proved wrong when Warner Media stepped in and got the Snyder Cut going for HBO Max. So the hype machine is going crazy because March 18th next week is when everyone finally gets to see what Zack Snyder has been working on and what the fuss was all about. There's going to be criticism of it, no doubt. There's going to be a lot of celebration, no doubt. But the real thing now is what's next. Will this be the end of it? Will it continue? Well, a lot of his fan base is saying it's still going to continue. And I can see that even Zack's out there doing full court press, and good for him. He wants people to see it, not criticizing the press. He's everywhere that'll allow him. That sort of is going to be not rude to him. He's clearly just being careful on that, but he wants to go anywhere that's been positive to sort of help spread the word of this cut to celebrate its release. But now what I'm seeing out there coming from some of his camp, his supporters, press that have had him on multiple times, they're now reporting that not only are there sequels coming, but he's in the talks to do potentially Wonder Woman 3 as a director. And I gotta stop here because, guys, it's way too early to make these kind of declarations. I'm sure there's excitement that's always comes before a release, but guys, the reality here is there's no chance HBO Max is greenlighting or doing anything until they actually see the returns of this movie. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to be a success for HBO Max. Anything is possible. I'm not here to hate on Zack or do any of that, even though everyone thinks I am. Look, let's see the movie first before we criticize any further. Let's see how the return is for HBO Max. If this turns out to be a massive success for them, it doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what the Zack Snyder army thinks. It's all about the bottom line at the end of the day, and will people see it? That's going to determine whether there are more sequels. So where is this rumor coming from? Where did this all start? Well, it's coming from Grace Randolph. Now, I want to, full disclosure, I taped this a little earlier, and then when I went to refresh it, it was deleted. She adjusted this tweet, and so anybody out there is going to say, but I was on, this is me, earlier the tape before I stopped it because I was confused where it went when I refreshed it. She had like 9,000 views at that point, but the tweet itself that I realized that she edited was her clearly subtle review of the movie, which she's not allowed to do. There's an embargo until I think it's Monday of next week when there's, I think, a fan screening happening. And critics aren't allowed to talk about it until then. And so her sort of saying, I had a wonderful evening watching a certain movie, wink, wink, was clearly a nudge to the movie. And publicists, PR people are very quick to say, yo, you can't do that. Everything else she said in this tweet is now still up on this tweet. And so as you can see, that she didn't really change anything aside from a reaction up top, which she clearly wasn't supposed to do. But let's focus on what she's putting out there, because look, and everyone says I've been hard on Grace. I just like to be honest. I like to call out stuff when I know she's not reporting the truth, and she's not reported the truth a few times. She's tried to, her sources have debunked several of my stories that are, she's just wrong. And that just frustrates me because she's got a very popular audience. A lot of people are watching this. And so this idea that she's hearing from sources, sure, she's probably hearing from pro Snyder Cut sources that are like, yeah, we're trying to get this done. And now that's sort of what this means of it might be possible. Look, the truth is anything is possible. That is the reality here. So there's no way to debunk her because we're still early. It's very easy to put out a story saying it's possible. Yeah, well, anything's possible. The thing that really sets me off, though, is this idea that they want him to direct Wonder Woman 3, which I think is an excellent idea. Now, I haven't seen the movie, and they refuse to give it to me, it seems. I don't know if I'm going to get the cut, so I guess I can speak fairly on what I've heard, because I'm currently under no embargo. That's why you send it to all critics, Warner Brothers, Warner Media, because then we actually have to follow said embargo. But until you send it to me, I can say what I want. I've heard reactions from the film. I've some people close to me have started to see the film, and I've heard, without naming names, I've heard they liked it. And I hear Wonder Woman is a badass in the film. So I can see where that narrative is going to be coming from, that they're trying to, Zack's going to take over. But no. Patty is still on deck to do Wonder Woman 3 because of Gal. Gal and Patty are a team. They're a duo. I'm sure we will hear from Jody over in Jody's Corner, who has always had very good insight to stuff going on with Patty, sources around her, etc. And I talked to him. I know he's got a video dropping as well. I just don't believe it for a second. Whether somebody wants him to, okay, but that's not a reality. I just don't see that as a reality at all. Plus, he's got so much more in the pipeline. This is a pipe dream that he would go and do that. I don't see him wanting to do it. and I don't see Patty sort of being cool with that either. I think Patty wants to see through in that trilogy, and I think Gal wants her to see through in that trilogy. And if anything, Patty would be a massive writer and producer on that. And would Zack want to come in and do that? I don't think there's any ill will between Patty and Zack, really. I mean, I think they obviously are fine with each other. They've supported each other publicly. I don't know behind the scenes, whatever, but I just don't see them wanting to team up on that film. I feel like Zack has made it clear like that's his thing. So Wonder Woman 3 to me would be the completion of Patty's vision, which Zack has said over and over again. So this hype machine that she's putting out there to me is very biased. She's allowed. I want to make sure, as my channel is probably also biased, let's be fair. This is just not reality yet. Now, anything can change, right? That's the reality. That what really is going to determine whether we see more of this Justice League is if people watch it on HBO Max. This is a very expensive movie, not just reshoots fake, but those actor contracts are very expensive to get them back for another movie or two. It'd be very, very expensive to lock up Affleck and everybody. And are they going to want to come back and do this again? Affleck did not have a good time shooting this. He came back for reshoots. He's showing up for The Flash. These are little quick moments that he's doing to sort of in honor, I think, of his son. Wanted him to be Batman. Like, I think there's a little bit of that he wants to, but does he really want to commit to the Batman regime for sequels in Justice League? I mean, I would be shocked. I'd be shocked if that happened, but money can make the world go round. Anybody make a decision. And if this is in demand and people actually tune in and we all are surprised and we go, man, this was actually way better than we expected it to be, then yeah, HBO Max is going to try and throw some money out. Maybe it gets a theatrical one next time. Maybe it's an HBO Max exclusive, but theatrical as well. This has proven, the Snyder Cut's release has proven anything is possible. But with this fandom, they're very feverish. They want things to happen on their timeline, and we'll see if it does. But I just take this with a massive grain of salt because, again, Grace is interviewing Zack. Just because they're interviewing Zack doesn't mean she knows and Zack's tipping her off. It just means, yeah, anything's possible. Anything is possible. So if you want to run that route and say that as your news story to get the click, go for it, because it's not this one's not a lie per se. You could put both of these and say, yeah, well, someone said it. But they don't have the power to actually make it happen. It's the reality. That's the twist here. So not calling her a liar. I'm just calling out the reality of, come on, this is a massive Snyder fan being very hopeful that it could happen. And that's the reality of this. And let's also break down the fact that he said, maybe he's already put this out there. Yeah, I'd come back. His quote sort of, as he said clearly in this comment, I think, do we have it? It was... here it was. He has no plans. The quote he said back, "Look, I never thought I'd be here doing this. I didn't think I'd be finishing Justice League. Truth is, it's been a while, and it's been widely reported. I have no issue. This is an old movie. This is a year-old movie I'm working on. The DC universe has gone and branched off and done its own thing, and that's fine. Walter Hamada has called it now the cul-de-sac of here's where it is and where it ends, which is not that's upset certain fans. That restore the Snyderverse is what they're now trying to do. But here's the man himself. Look, as far as what I did and as far as what my vision was, what I wanted to do with these characters in the journey, I wanted them to go on. It's well known that I planned more movies. He's put those out in his new museum exhibit. That's another frustration to me. It's like, why did you put that out and show us? Now we read it all and you spoiled it. I would have rather not known where you were going with it. But now the whole world knows what your plans were, and it seems like you stick to your plans. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to see that now. We could just read it. Anyway, as to 5 movies or something is what he wanted to do, but I'm busy. I got a lot going on. It's cool that fans have so much faith in the trajectory. Yes, it's amazing, and I couldn't be happier, and I'm excited for them to see Justice League so they can really drink the entire elixir of Justice League. But would I continue? I have no plan to. But like I said, I don't think I'd be here, so who knows? That's a very fair answer from him, I think, playing it safe. I'm sure he'd love to come back on his terms, but could he come back on his terms? Does he really want to deal with the headache of even just Warner Media, which, let's be honest, is still Warner Brothers? And let's not forget this whole drama. I mean, Cyborg's not coming back with any film associated with Walter Hamada, and Walter Hamada is still there. Warner Media is standing by him. Now, I've heard things that more is going to drop and the hammer's going to fall after the release, and who knows? Nothing will faze me until I see evidence or specific accusations that people then can respond to. Because as of now, Warner Media has responded. They said they did the investigation. They aren't firing anybody. They didn't fire Joss Whedon. This is the reality. Everyone's got to move on. It is what it is. So will more happen? Ray's like, yeah, I'll come back, but he's also like, I won't come back to this. There's so much going on behind the scenes drama between the studio and Zack that who knows? I mean, a lot of people are rejecting the Snyder Cut just because of this whole issue with Ray. Like, we can't support them. Accountability is greater than entertainment, even if that's Zack Snyder's cut. So, look, I've noticed it's tapered down since the release wisely. I think very smart of Zack to go out, just positively support, get on the block, start talking positively, stop trying to hate on people who are hating on it. It's happening. It's there. Move on. Let's do this. Let's see it. And the people who leaked it at Warner Brothers, totally lame of you. And I don't believe that was an accident. The more I think about it, that's someone in there who's just frustrated because they don't want this to be a success. Let's be clear. There are a lot of people, I do believe that. There are a lot of people in Warner Brothers who are probably like, this can't work. This is going to make us look stupid. And then he's going to come back and then he's not going to want to work with us. We're going to get fired. Absolutely. That's a thing that's happening, I'm sure, behind the scenes over there. And then you got Jason Kilar's in charge of it all, trying to play both sides because he's got to please the people who are like, I didn't do anything. And he's got to try to be supportive of Ray and Zack. Like, look, we support you. But the buck stops with him. If you got a beef with Warner Brothers, you got a beef with him because he hasn't fired anybody. So look, it's a mess, as we all know. It is realistically a mess, but anything is possible. As Zack said, who knows? We never thought we'd get here. And it's well said. We never thought we would get here, indeed. So will we get more sequels here? Will this happen? Anything is possible, but I do not believe for a second that HBO Max is greenlighting these movies, very expensive movies with very complicated Henry Cavill. Who knows if he still wants to do this? I know they're talking to him about Shazam 2, but this to me feels like, how do you greenlight this until you see the numbers? I don't know. I don't know if you, I mean, yeah, I guess a lot of sequels are greenlit before they come out. They're sort of conversations are had. But Patty and Gal are up for part 3. They've already admitted that. So this idea that Suits are now trying to like take over Patty, this bothers me. I'll be honest. This is creating more division, Grace, is what you're doing. Now, it might be true. There might be some Suits there who won it, but you putting this out there to wave the Snyder flag and like, let's get rid of Patty now, to me is offensive. Yeah, Patty, I don't think did great with Wonder Woman 4. I've always been honest about it. I think there were some serious missteps in that, but does that mean she should be pulled off from the franchise? No. Zack messed up, I think, with BVS. A lot of fans think he did. Some didn't. Some liked Wonder Woman 84. If we were going to pull off directors because they made a misstep, then Zack wouldn't have made it either. So let her finish her trilogy. I can't believe Zack would want to step in there unless Patty asked him to. I can't imagine him doing that. So this to me is frustrating. Is it a lie? I'm not going to call her a liar, but I am going to say it's false. I do think it's not reality. Now, again, some suit could say this, and therefore it's not a lie. But she's in the Zack Snyder camp so tightly that it's hard to take this seriously. But what do you guys think? Do you think this could be real? Do you think they've already greenlit both sequels to the Justice League and all the actors lined up, etc.? Do you think he could take over Wonder Woman next? Or is this clearly Snyder fan dreams going crazy? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. If you haven't already, can you hit that subscribe button for me? Smash that alert to all alerts. I know I say this every video, but smash that like button. Leave a comment at least because it does help the algorithm of these videos as we grow. You can support also by joining. If you've never considered joining, become a member. Got lots of cool perks, replays of live streams, and so much more there. So thank you guys so much for supporting Popcorn Planet. Stay tuned for more. It's Thursday. Every night at Thursday, 9:30 p.m. We are live Eastern Standard Time. See you there.